children of earth with love in their heart, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. For my Lord is offering a harvest of wonderful blessings. Make you, small son, a good Christian. Make you, small son, crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ.
Wherever you are, glowing seeds of love, as the Master Jesus taught. You will see that behind every sight there's a flame my destiny will be healed by your love. Disseminate wherever you are, glowing seeds of love, as our Master Jesus taught. As our Master Jesus taught.
Another day, another flower, another minute past the hour. Someday the sky is blue, and suddenly we can't see through. And every day is a fresh new start, when the sun turns off the moonlight. We get another chance to choose the road we want to cruise. And on the other side of the mountain, there's always a whole new road, a new beginning calling after every end. There are a million reasons to pick you up after every fall. It's always a win in the new round. On the other side of the mountain, there's always a whole new road, and a new beginning calling after every end. And there are a million reasons to pick you up after every fall. It's always a win. It's always a win in the new round. It's always a win in the new round. It's always a win in the new round.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus. And when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
Good evening, friends. How is everybody feeling over the other side? I'm so happy to be here another Tuesday. And before we start our public talk, we want to welcome you and share some announcements like we always do. So we always ask you, if possible, turn off your phone notifications. Really be present during this time by finding a quiet place if that is a possibility for you. Let's all really enjoy this time together, giving our full attention. And our meeting has a presentation of more or less 30 minutes, and then we'll have 10 minutes of questions and answers, and then we will have our spiritual care. So for right now, I ask you to set aside a container with water, with drinkable water that can be magnetized at the end during the spiritual treatment, and that you can drink it after our meeting. Our meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Conference Americas through their Facebook, and also every Wednesday at 8 p.m. by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. For those who want to learn more about Spiritism, the course Get to Know Spiritism, it's free, it's online, and happens every Saturday at 5:15 Eastern Time. The new class, this new cohort started in September, but you can still join us. So the registration link for this free online class is in the chat. So just contact us if you have any questions. And we always like to remind you too that if you would like to implement the gospel at home, that is an effective support for you and your family's spiritual harmony, we can guide you, we can motivate you, help you get started and maintain this practice of studying the gospel at home with your family. So if you post in the chat, you can request and let us know. Another reminder is that we have a prayer book or a vibration book, and you're welcome to put your name, the name of somebody that you know that needs prayers or good vibrations. It can be an incarnate or discarnate, and the person that you indicate will be assisted by good spirits to provide healing energy and strength and goodwill. And that is a private list. So you can count on that. So for today, that's what we are here today. It's for our public meeting. So today we're going to study the Spiritist book. So we are in part one, chapter two, that is entitled The General Elements of the Universe. So today will be facilitated by our sister Veronica from Winnipeg. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and we will address them at the end of the talk. So we really read those. We love those comments. So please participate with us. And now we're gonna invite Veronica. Hello, friend.
Hello, Anna. How are
So
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Nice to be here. So Veronica is gonna talk, was gonna lead us in this reflection about the Spirit's book, and she will do our initial prayer also.
Yes. All right.
I'll see you
Um,
later.
See you later. Hello, everyone. Life on demand. So please join me in this prayer in preparation to our study. So let's close our eyes. And for a moment, try to disconnect and leave on the side the the challenges of the day, the the rush and the things that occupy our minds, to our related to our struggles, to try to elevate our thoughts and find harmony inside of us, looking for the connection with God, our lovely Father. And from that, raise our spiritual arms in gratitude for this life, for this moment when we try to reconnect with our real beings, our eternal, immortal essence. Thank you, God, because in the next few minutes, we will be seeking for this reconnection. May we be able to find inside of us the seeds that are ready to germinate, to grow inside of us in strength, in love, in peace. May we find the courage to grow our virtues, to forget our vices, and to build among others around us peace, fellowship, and a better world. We thank our Master Jesus for his example that was materialized on earth around us forever. May we seek his words, may we seek his example so that we can approach you, Father, slowly but firmly, without any doubt. We thank the good spirits with us today, supporting us and inspiring us to find in the world the spirit that live inside of us forever. May your blessings, dear Father, stay with us. So be it. Okay, everyone. So let me just share my screen. Here. Let me just share my screen. Hope this will do it. And it did. Great. Okay, so as Anna introduced, today we are studying the Spiritist book, one of the works of Allan Kardec. So more or less once a month, we select one day to study in a systematic way the Spiritist book, which is a book written, it was wrote in questions and answers. So Allan Kardec will ask questions, and then spirits will answer those questions, right? And he took the care of asking the same question multiple times by and ask questions to different spirits so that the answer would be tested, right, and retested. So that's a collection of questions that talk about the world, existence, and why we are here. And today we are going to talk about this general element of the universe. And Kardec starts by, see if I can move my slides here, asking the question 17, whether can humans know the origin of things? And then the spirits respond, no. On earth, God does not allow everything to be revealed to them. So the spirits are explained that in the condition we are on earth, and we learn from Spiritism that as spirits and immortal spirits, we are evolving. And as we evolve as spirits, the planet also evolves along with it, right? So the Spirit explained that we are not allowed at the current stage to have everything revealed to us. And we can see that through the history of humanity, that as we progress through the centuries and millennia, knowledge, and we start to learn things that we didn't know before, right? There was a point where in humanity that people would believe that the earth was flat, right? And today we know that it is not, right? And the same way here, the spirits are saying we will not be allowed to see everything or the origin of all things. But note that although we are not allowed to know everything, this does not mean that we should not seek for learning or getting to know things, right? So we just will not be able to do everything, right? So knowledge of the origin of things. So for example, does the universe always existed, right? Or was that created at some point by God? So we cannot know yet. So the origin of things remains largely unknown to us humans. And God does not reveal to us just freely, openly, because God wants us to get to learn things in a progressively way. So God reveals secrets progressively as humans evolve spiritually. So just like a child who is growing and getting more understanding, we don't bombard them with information that they cannot use or understand, right? That would be nonsense. The same way God, as our loving Father, is acts with us, right? As their children. As we progress and as we evolve, then we start to gain more knowledge. And from that, what's the role of science then? Because again, the point is we are not allowed to know everything, but that doesn't mean that we should not seek for gaining knowledge. And science has its role in that process. And so as science and scientific advancements, science is a tool for us to improve this understanding about divine creation, but it has limitations because science is created by human beings, right? So the science can go as far as our intelligence can go. So as we progress in intelligence, then science will progress as well. So science is there as a tool for us to seek for this intelligence. And then we might ask, well, but that's nonsense, right? Why would God we could maybe say that if things are a mystery, maybe God wants those things to continue to be a mystery. So then maybe our role as human beings would be just live as we are and not try to touch in mysteries. But if we think that God as supreme intelligence, we saw the attributes of God in chapter 1 of the Spiritist book. God gave us intelligence. We cannot deny that, right? As we develop as a society, human beings acquire more intelligence. So if God is a supreme intelligence and everything created by God has a reason to be, and is useful in some sort, don't you think that it will be a wasting of time for God creating human beings with intelligence? So intelligence is an attribute of human beings because it is an attribute that has to be put in use. So what the lesson here that the spirits give is that we should deserve, right? We should gain knowledge based on our own effort as humanity. So that's why not everything is revealed to us. We can only gain knowledge and understanding about the laws of the universe as we progress and as we have merit to receive that information. And science has to be used for this purpose, right? And we know in the history of humanity, many times we use our intelligence and science to create destruction. Sometimes we use to create conflicts, war, to take advantage of other people, of a circumstance. And that's why not always we cannot have everything revealed to us. So then the question that comes in terms of learning and knowing and getting to know about how things work and how the universe works. Moving on, Kardec is going to ask another question about this material world. So it's going to ask, matter is generally defined as that which has extension or something measurable. That matter is something which can impress our senses, so we can detect with our vision, with our sound. It has sound, it has taste, it has shape, right? So we can use our senses to detect matter. It is that something that which is impenetrable, which means it has a mass, right? It has some sort of consistency in shape. So Kardec is asking the spirits, are these definitions correct, right, for matter? And then the spirits are going to answer, from your own point of view, they are correct, because you can only talk about matters that are familiar to you. So matters that can impress our senses, right? Matter, however, also exists in states that are unfamiliar to us. For example, it may be so ethereal, so subtle, so almost not pliable, not material, not so solid, right? So, for example, it may be so ethereal and subtle that your senses cannot detect it. it is matter non tellus, even though you do not perceive it as such. So in the current state of our existence, there are some types of matter that are invisible to our human eyes, right? So our eyes can detect a certain range of color. Our ears can detect a certain range of sounds, right? Right? Dogs can perceive a different range that we cannot perceive. So we have this limitation from our own physical body. But the spirits that explain there are some types of matter that we cannot perceive. And our science is still not able to detect either. And so then Kardec asked, well, so this definition of matter is not going to work, right? Because he wants a universal definition of matter in a universal sense. So then he's going to ask, okay, so how may we define matter then? And then the spirits are going to say that matter is the tie that enchains the spirit. So matter is a tie that connects the spirits. It is the instrument that spirit uses and upon which it simultaneously exerts its action. So the spirits are saying that there is something else different from matter, which is the spirit that controls and makes this matter to move. So if you think about our body, our body is a matter. So what you see, you are seeing me, my hands moving, so that's matter. But there is a spirit who can control the body moving, right? And that's how we move our bodies. There is a spirit. So a spirit is something different from matter. So then he's going to ask, okay, so I know that matter is this thing that the spirit acts on, right? And puts on their will in order for the matter to move. So then what is a spirit? And then what is a spirit? So question 23. The spirit is the intelligent principle of the universe. So before talking to when the spirits were when the spirits were explaining what matter was, matter has no intelligence, has no will. It is the will of the spirit that's going to manipulate and change the matter. Just 1 second. We got a kiss request here. Okay.
What are these?
You can go.
What are these?
They'll go. Okay, so let's go back here. So we got a small piece of matter here with a spirit that it was in a need for some kisses. So then going back here, what is a spirit then? So the spirits are going to say that these are the intelligent principle of the universe. So this means that each one of us we are an intelligent principle, and it is this intelligent principle that control our bodies in order for us to live on earth. Okay, so the spirit is intelligence. So moving on, Kardec is going to expand on that, right? So is spirit the same as intelligence? Then the spirits are going to say intelligence is one of the essential attributes of a spirit, but both merge into a common principle. Thus, for you, they are one and the same thing. So in other many people would call that consciousness, right? So we are, so we cannot touch the spirit, but we can understand what intelligence is, because intelligence is an attribute that we have that can create, can reason, right? We can use reasoning, we can learn, acquire new information. So we have attributes that allow us to exercise this intelligence. So we have memory, we um, have, for example, um, critical thinking. We could use these different attributes um, from our mental activities, from our intelligence, in order to make sense of this world and understand how things work. So it's very hard to separate the spirits, as saying we cannot separate intelligence from the spirit because it's part of the spirit. So then Kardec is going to say here we understand the spirit to mean the intelligent principle rather than the entities designed by the name. So he's saying here that a spirit is a intelligence principle, is not a ghost, right? Or something supernatural. It is something that possesses this intelligence that is able to use to move forward and create phenomena. So then there are two fundamental elements um, in the universe, right? So spirit and matter, that's what he asked, right? So can we say that there are two general elements in the universe, matter and spirit? And then the spirits are going to respond, yes. And over everything is God, the creator and author of all matter and spirit, right? These three elements comprise the principle of all that exists. They are the universal Trinity. So God is not a spirit and God is not matter. So God is above all because God was the creator of spirits, intelligence principles, and matter. And the matter that can generate all these different things that we see in the world. And for that, the idea then is that God can, in that sense, oops, let me just go back here. I just lost my slide. Here you go. Okay, so in that sense, we have that God is above everything. We know that the spirit controls matter, but then the question that, and the spirits explain that there are some types of matter that we cannot perceive and we don't know yet, right? Because we are not able in this current existence the way how our body functions in order, we cannot detect them. So the question is, what is it, right? What is this principle? And how come an intelligent principle can actually manipulate matter? Because the spirit is something that is very non-material. And our physical body is heavy, right? And not talking here about being overweight or maybe gaining some weight, right? Our body is heavy, right? We are attracted by gravity. We are not floating around. So how can our intelligence principle actually move our muscles, right? How can we have gain movement, manipulate objects? So then the spirits are going to introduce to a new concept. Spirit acts upon matter through an intermediary. It's called the universal fluid. So what is this universal fluid? And look at that here, Spiritism is bringing a new concept. And as Kardec mentions, for new ideas, we need new names, right? So they call that universal fluid. So this universal fluid is material, is a type of matter, but it qualifies under that category of matter that our senses cannot perceive. But it is material, but with special properties, because it's different from the matter we know on Earth. It is a matter that is in between spirit and matter, is an intermediary, yet it is a fluid just as matter is matter, right? So it is a kind of fluid, so it is more pliable. Okay, so think about a bag full of water, right? Water is a fluid, and the bag changes shape because the water is very pliable, right? It changes, it doesn't have it's not a solid shape, doesn't have a solid shape that is always consistent. It can move depending on its container. So we have this fluid, and it is, they give it, and then Kardec is going to ask, is that the same as magnetic or electric fluid? And then the spirits are going to say, the magnetic and electric fluid are modifications of the universal fluid. So the universal fluid is not electric fluid yet. And we cannot see, right? Mind you that we cannot see electricity, but you know what electricity is able to do. So same way, this universal fluid we cannot see, but it has its properties and it has a function. So it is, the universal fluid is the one single primitive element. So the spirits are explaining that all matter that exists and we can see derives from this primitive element called universal fluid. This fluid is transformed and unified and changed according to certain conditions, and is made by this universal cosmic fluid. So this is the primitive element where everything originates. And then the spirits are going to say, in its countless combinations with matter, so it can be combined in an infinite ways, and under the direction of spirit. So the spirit is able to manipulate this universal fluid, and then it is capable, the spirit is capable of producing an infinite variety of things about which you still know very, very little. So the spirits are explaining, we have no idea how these fluids can be manipulated in order to create new things. But this, in the spiritual realm, superior, more evolved spirits, they know exactly how to manipulate. And we'll see, if we go study deeper Spiritism, we will learn that this is the process in which we can learn. We will see how healing happens, the mysteries called miracles sometimes, how that can actually change according to the manipulation of these fluids. Even how the power, the thoughts can be transmitted, right? The role of prayer in terms of healing in order to bring um, bringing a good vibration to other people that maybe are at distance, because it's all immersed in this universal fluid. All right. So then, let me see here. Yeah. So it is. Dun, dun, yeah. So then, this chapter then is an invitation in order for us to uh, seek for this to reflect about who we really are beyond our physical body. What is a spirit? What is an intelligence? And where is the source of our intelligence, right? And what should we do with our intelligence? Because the spirits are going to explain that we can only gain more knowledge and learn about the origins of the universe and all the mysteries of the world as we progress. And the only caveat here is that progressing, evolving intelligence only is not enough. We need also to evolve in virtues. So things are going to be revealed to us as we progress in morally and in intelligence, okay, in knowledge. And that's why sometimes we might have to work harder, and we might have to combine other things other than science that bring us knowledge in order to actually reach this stage where we will be able to understand the mysteries of the universe better. And what I brought here is just to finish the talk, is a message from the Spirit Manual. It's called the Intelligence Person. So let's read together. Okay, so that summarizes this idea about what it means being truly intelligent. So truly, the intelligent person is not the one who merely calculates, but the one who infuses emotion into their reasoning to understand life and elevate it. So, how are we using our intelligence and our emotions in order to put forth our intelligence, right? So, though they could command the world's riches, they abstain from excess to lead a simple life without disregarding the needs of others. So we are using our intelligence instead of accumulating treasures, material treasures. The intelligent person, lives with what is enough, lives a simple life, and takes into account the needs of others in terms of material needs. Possessing superior knowledge, they do not become entrenched in pride, but approach the ignorant to help educate them. So, how many times we intelligent individuals sometimes humiliate others, right? And use their intelligence to um, to step on other people, right? So they use the intelligence to actually guide and enlighten others without being without ostentation. So even though they have the means to bind others to their own interests, they work willingly for the pleasure of serving. So they could have work just for their own interests. They could have an easy life, right? But no, they find pleasure in serving others, using their intelligence for service. Accumulating unquestionable virtues, they do not avoid those afflicted by evil, acting without mockery or condemnation to free them from vice. So they use their intelligence to help others who are maybe into wrongdoings or in a wrong path in order to help them. The intelligent person, according to the standards of Jesus, is someone who is great but knows how to be humble. They help those who are less advanced, dedicating themselves to the good of others so everyone can move closer to God together. So, this is the definition of an intelligence person. So, if we want as humanity to gain knowledge and learn and understand how things work and how the universe work and the immutable laws of the divine, we need to become this type of intelligence person that uses their intelligence for the greater good of all and not only for ourselves. So that's the message of this spirit manual that kind of puts together what we learn in this chapter. So I think that might be my last slide. Oh no, we have one more slide for reflection, right? So just to then to wrap up our study for today, we spoke about matter, spirit, and how we can gain a better understanding about the universe and how in the mysteries we don't know yet. So some reflection for us, right? So how does this concept of spirit challenge materialistic views of the universe, right? So when we see that there are two sides, matter, which we kind of know a good deal of about it, but there is also the spirit. The existence of the spirit, how that changes the way how we see the universe in the world, right? In what ways does understanding matter enhance our spiritual journey? So what we do with the matter, with matter, right? With material things. What's the purpose of material things in our existence? And how can we apply these teachings to our daily lives? Right? So I hope everybody got some food for thought for this coming week to think about our being, our existence as spirits in a physical body. And I think that's it for today. And I'm gonna ask Anna to come back, and I'm going to stop sharing my slides. Here we
All
go.
right, my friend. This was a little bit harder today, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, but
and
yeah,
and we have a little a question that we'll get into that a little bit about. We usually have the spirits, the gospel according to Spiritism, right? Which
yeah.
is talks about a little bit more about the religious, right, side of Spiritism. And today we talked about something more scientific, right? So the question is, um, can you explain the three aspects of Spiritism, right? As a religion, as a science, and also a philosophy.
Okay, let me take more of my
More
sweat here.
space.
Then, okay.
Take
So
a deep breath and go.
yeah, okay. So how can we kind of put in context, right, with the notion that Spiritism has three pillars, right? So we have religion, science. science and philosophy. So the the science part is about understanding. Science is about producing and creating no revealing knowledge, right? Probably understand how things work. So spiritism as a science provides the principles for us to understand the spiritual world in our in us as spiritual beings, right? So it reveals knowledge about what is the spirit and what is uh in that we are immortal spirits, right? Progressing towards um, becoming more enlightened, uh, improving ourselves, creating virtues, incorporating virtues, and getting rid of our vices, our bad tendencies. That's the knowledge part. But linked to that, when we start to talk about the goal is to improve ourselves and create virtues, that to create a certain way we think about our existence and we think about our role in this life, in society, among family. So that creates a philosophical basis, right? A different way to think about the world and the problems we live. So when we think about us as being immortal, perhaps let's say we got into an accident, nobody got hurt, but we kind of rid off our car, right? Had total loss in our car. Sometimes that could be very bad, right? We lose a job, right? But if we think we lose a job in a life that's we live like 80 years, that's one thing. But if we're immortal, I don't know how long is immortal. It would be much more than 80 years. So losing a job, how much is that in our existence? Right? So that creates a different way how we think about life, our actions, our reactions, and our emotions, right? How we react to the world. So that creates a philosophical basis, right? How we think about things, how we think things work. And the religion part is that because Spiritism puts together in context us as creatures and as that were created by a creator and God, and that in God has expectation in terms of their children, right? God's children, about what do they expect, God expect from us. That kind of connects, we help us to reconnect with the creator. So is creature and creator being connected, find our place in this universe because we have a role. So the religion is this reconnection with the creator and this view that is much beyond our existence, right? So what is my role? So understanding of the spirit has all to do with this, because we cannot see religion as this reconnection with the creator. We cannot think about our existence in a different way and reweight the value we put on things. And it brings us knowledge, and this knowledge actually brings us peace, because we understand that life is much beyond what we see, right? Little long answer, but that was a hard question. So
Thank you. And we invite people to read, right, the book too after the talk or before, and also if they want to study a little bit more, they can join us on our
yes,
courses on Saturday. Right, it's
for
always
sure.
better to study
Sure.
together so we can exchange ideas and
Yes. The Spirit's
improve.
book is very heavy in terms of information, but is also very it's it's divided in very digestible portions. So
Right.
if we read one question every day and we reflect about that question, right? And the next day we move on. Today we cover like more than 10, 15 questions, I think. So it is something that we start incorporating our lives in our way to act as well, right? And for sure, our studies is a good way also to start in a pedagogical way, right? From the easiest to more complex, and then that is it's a very enriched, I think, rich experience, right? To study
It sure
spiritism.
is.
Okay,
It sure is. Thank you so much,
thank
Veronica,
you.
for leading us in a kind of a, difficult topic.
Difficult but good. Good. Yeah, there's no learning without effort, right? So
Right.
we should be dealing with that challenge. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Bye bye
All
then.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
And thank you, everyone who made comments in the chat. Thank you for your participation. So now we'll prepare for the spiritual treatment. So we'll have passes and the magnification on water. So just as a reminder, passes is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. So passes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy positive energy. And in order to receive the benefits of passes, you can just, relax, just listen to the audio, close your eyes if that helps you to, mentalize the words that are being said. But, you don't need to do anything. Just relax and follow with your thoughts and give power to what is being said. Um, so during the passes, that water that you set aside in the beginning, or right now, so you still have a few seconds, you can go pick it up right now, will absorb the energies, the spiritual energies that you and your family can benefit from. So I will now make a prayer in preparation for our spiritual treatment, and that will be also our closing prayer. So let's close our eyes and thank God for this moment. Thank God for knowledge that makes us grow. Thank God that He gives us the opportunity not just to feel, but also to know so that we can improve ourselves and we can really harvest the merits of our efforts in the good, our efforts in becoming better each and every day. With our hearts full of gratitude, let's also ask God for all the names that we have in our vibration book, all those that need prayer. Let's vibrate with we all already have of best in each one of us, with the light that is already in us. It doesn't matter how bright or dim, how big or small. Let's vibrate for all those who suffer, and let's ask God to for ourselves, for our family members, for our neighbors, for the people that work with us, for the whole earth, for all that inhabit the earth, that we may seek knowledge, but also moral development, that we do not be satisfied with the developments of science, but also that we work every day in ourselves and that we can develop ourselves. We thank God for this group, for all the workers. We ask God one more thing too, that He be close to us, that we do not forget that He's always ready to help us, and there's nothing that we can do that can keep us away from God. And may God stay with us today and always. So be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
Dear friends, it's with the sweet and healing vibrations of the passes that we say goodbye to you, all of us, and we thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday, here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Concaferous Americas at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and next Wednesday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. Don't forget to follow Spiritism Canada on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Spirits group Path of Light on Facebook as well. Have a good night. May God bless you.
Come on, my friend, come to the light. Here with all our heart and soul, let's follow Jesus Christ. Let us preach the peace, let us preach the love. And this world already wonderful will be much more. Get up, look at the sky, in the earth where the flowers bloom with sunshine. Let's hold our hands and be together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world. Good vibes, laughter and shout outs, show it to the world. Always follow the footsteps of our Lord. All roads that I shall walk on, sowing seeds of peace. This light that keeps us shining will be brighter and brighter. Oh, will be brighter and brighter. Oh, will be brighter and brighter. Oh.
Sing this song along with me. Just open up your hearts. Feel harmony and peace inside yourself. Life is a great school, teaching always to do good.